Hey everyone, it's Jacob, and I'm here today with a battle replay for The Last Alliance Total War. For those of you unaware, The Last Alliance Total War is a mod for Total War Shogun 2 set in the second age of Middle-earth. It is an absolutely amazing mod and one that I very much suggest that you guys play, and in fact I will have it linked below in the video description. This battle replay has been sent in to me via the Last Alliance Discord server, and it's a clash between two armies. Between the Kingdom of Ered Luin, played by Louisa Aris, fighting against the Kingdom of Lindon, played by Twilight Sparkle. So in other words, a Dwarf versus Elf battle, something quite nice to look forward to. Now, if you guys want to send me any battle replays, you can feel free to send them to me either via the Last Alliance Total War Discord server, or the Total War The Dawn of Stays Discord server, or directly to my email, which is linked in my channel description and in the video descriptions too. So with all that said, I'm going to put the video in slow motion and check out the composition of both armies. So, looking at the Ered Luin army, at the front of their army, they've got the Ered Luin crossbowmen, so fair force of these guys, pretty good solid range unit. The Ered Luin Merchant Guard, which is a militia unit crossbow, so nice range unit, but still not quite up to scratch. Then over here, the Ered Luin Dragon Slayer is one of their best units, which I believe, double as both heaviest of infantry and as crossbow units. Then up here we've got more Dragon Slayers, so a very heavy elite flank. Then turning to this end of their front line, they've got a small crossbowmen. Then turning to their main infantry force, you've got the Ered Luin Paths Guard, which is one of their beginning spearmen units. Then over here we've got the Royal Swordsmen, heavy professional infantry, a couple of units of them, more Royal Swordsmen, and the Tunnel Guard, which are, I believe, they're starting infantry, I think. Then you've also got the Ered Luin Paths Guard, which is another early spear unit that they've got. Then turning back to their reserve, as it were, you've got their general unit, Thrain II, leading the Firebeard's Guard, and there he is with his crown atop his dwarven head. Then next to him we've got two units of the Ered Luin Berserkers, so heavy shock infantry designed to punch holes through enemy formations. And then behind them more Gate Guard and Paths Guard, the Gate Guard being a heavy halberdier unit. And then finally, do they have anything else behind them? No, just the Berserkers, more Paths Guard, but not too much. Then turning, wow, the sensitivity is high there for some reason. Then turning over here, we're just going to put the video into normal speed, screw it. We've got the Philathrium Spearmen, which are the light spears of the Elves, like a fairly decent, middle unit. Then you've got more Philathrium Spearmen, not quite up to scratch with their legendary Noldor units. Then you have the Cinderine Axemen, an absolutely gorgeous unit, we've got more of them. Then the Blacksmiths of Eregion, or Eregion, however the hell you pronounce it. The heaviest of infantry I think that they can field. Then more Blacksmiths, okay, so pretty elite force there. Then behind them they've got the Sindar Heavy Axemen, so Elven Shock Infantry. Then just Axemen and Sindar Heavy Axemen, okay then. They don't have any range units up the front, which is interesting, but they're pushing them forward. Then their general unit is the Noldor Guard, so their original starting general unit rather than Gil-galad. So an archer unit. Then they've got the light horse archers. Behind them they've got the Sindar light archers, so their beginning archer unit. More of them. And then finally we do have some Noldor units. We've got the Noldor archers in their classic elven armour, which isn't gold, but that's something I'll look like, but it's an awesome design nonetheless. And then we've got more Noldor archers. It's a pretty interesting army composition for the Kingdom of Lindon. They've ditched the elite Noldor units for the most part and kind of switched to a more Sindar based army, which fair enough, it's quite cool. And they've also got some mounted units, which gives them a bit of a difference in comparison compared to the Dwarven army, which is mostly infantry and I believe has the larger numbers, but also is pure infantry and has more archer units. units, or rather, like, no, it has less archer units too. So it's more heavy infantry against more middle to medium range infantry. It's going to be interesting for sure. Now, in the comments, I want you guys to let me know what you think the headcanon is behind this battle occurring. Like, what led to the Dwarves of the Blue Mountains declaring war on Lindon? Could it have been perhaps for a ring of power that could have been forged? Who knows? Maybe it was for taxes. Anything can really happen. So both sides are drawing up. Balance of power seems pretty evenly balanced as it stands. They've wheeled their cavalry around the flank, which is smart, so we're just going to use them to harass them in the rear and then run them down. Okay, now they're finally pushing forward their archers. Smart. And here we're going to see a clash between archers and crossbowmen. Something you love to see. Love the unique voice lines for the dwarves. This makes it that much more immersive. Both sides have taken up position on hills. I'd say that the dwarves have the better position being on this slight slope, whereas the elves are more at the bottom of their slope. And they're taking up box formation, kind of. Yeah. So they're very much relying on the dwarves to be the aggressors here. Now the question is, will they be the aggressors here? Or are they going to wait out? I mean, you can see some of their forces maneuvering over here. Ered Luin Rangers. I didn't realise they brought along their stealth unit. Okay then. That was a mistake by me then. We'll see those guys in action later on. Okay, I believe now they're going to plan on using their archers to harass them. Yes, that would be my bet. I'd assume that elves would have had a longer range. Okay, no, they're just going to shoot straight into their flank. Kill a couple of the gate guard, not too much. And first blood has been drawn. They're pretty densely in the forest, so like the forest is protecting them somewhat, but they're also quite compressed here. The more of these tougher units they kill here, the better it is. It means the dwarves have less and less to deploy. And here they are, the blue rangers. Open fire. And there goes the first elf. There goes his immortality. Now they're advancing forward. So they're giving up their position. Are they hoping to engage? I'm guessing that's what the plan is, but I don't know, that could be risky. If we see a slaughter among the trees, I will be very excited, however. We've got to move. Like them doing this is the smart move, just pulling back. But okay, the Dragon Slayers charge in. I don't know if this would be the best way to use the Dragon Slayers, honestly. Like, let them fully use up their ammunition and then smash it. It's the battle of blue versus blue on these guys, all things considered. Just kind of give you an idea of how terrifying, at least horrifying. Like, ooh, that was a nasty kill. So axe straight to his throat. He just kills over. What I was going to say is how like horrifying it would be to fight in such a situation. Just slaughtering each other among the trees. More units have been brought up now, so there's spearmen coming to battle. So, with the heavy axe too, so yeah, the dwarves are throwing 3 units into this fight. The dwarves are trying to move around them to harass them. Now the blackness of Eregion, the toughest unit they have, are advancing. So the Elves are going on the offensive, which, okay. If it works, it works. Although these guys are taking a hammer, or these archers. I would have rather let my archers clear these guys out of the way before allowing this to occur, because now they're going to go into battle undermanned. The Royal Swordsmen are charging, and there we have it. Now the last few spearmen are charging, and these guys are going to be at a disadvantage, I think. Archers over there station just keep firing. This is good, they can shoot straight into their back. If you can do that, you're bypassing the shield and most of their armor. Now the pass guard are charging, and they are in turn going to be met by a black sword, and these guys will absolutely demolish these spearmen. Fighting breaking out over here. The horse archers are still there. Spearmen have clumped up and smashed into the front of their line. Over in the forest, this massive brawl is now ensuing. So yeah, battle lines can't screw to hell. Already the bodies are coated with ground. Like, I don't know, it seems wrong for the Dwarves to be going on the for the Elves to be going on the offensive this way. It's because their units are better built to buy time and be defensive, at least the ones that they brought to this battlefield. Now this is smart, however, picking apart your enemy's units one at a time. Now the horse archers are deploying, shooting on them. These similar light archers over there shooting them. But realistically, that is a lot of micromanagement and power being assigned to this mere one. Now the one thing I'm really interested in is, are the creators of the mod going to rescale the Dwarves to make them smaller? Already you can see some units in different areas breaking. This unit of Sindai Heavy Axemen is completely surrounded and is picked off. Yep, they're done. A unit was breaking over, and see they've already pushed so far forward. There are the troops. Love those massive shields. This card for the opposition. Now these, now the general is coming, and there's no infantry left to defend them. So we're going to see a massacre of the archers. Like the only unit left here are these Sindar Axemen. The archers are about to be poured out by like 5 or 6 separate units. And their archers run straight into them. I'm not gonna dally around my words. That was a bit of a poor play by the Elves. Now their archers are being forced to hold the line against crossbowmen with their little Russian hats, who they should be able to stand a chance against. But with the spearmen and all these other units coming up, it's going to be a tough time. Now the Elves are in a bit of a tough situation because the battle is kind of spinning around to take them in the rear. It's funny the circular action of this battle. At dwarves will not stop screaming, "Feel my blade." Interesting. Turning to it here. Like now their forces have reached the dwarves' crossbowmen, so each side is slaughtering the other's archers. So, yeah, not bad. Down he goes, cut down. Crossing them back here, still firing. And taking fire at the horse archers. And now these archers over here are just Noldor, and the general are fleeing back to try to avoid being caught out by the dragon slayers. And this massive core of an army that is now approaching. That one unit over there has died, so now they are free to actually swing around and take these elven forces in the rear. Mobility is going to be their main way of staying alive. And at this point I'd be sniping the general. Like, there's no point. Like, things have gotten that desperate. So it's going to be a question of which force breaks. These guys here, which allows these elves to swing around and engage infantry here, or not. Because these guys are running on a timer. And now their units are pushing through. Is it to engage these crossbowmen? Like, they're a threat, but I wouldn't have thought giving up your momentum there to engage these guys was that big of a thing. And now they're just engaging with point blank range, but no, they're fleeing. Don't get me wrong, these archers are tough, but once these guys catch on to them, they're kind of doomed. So what I'm thinking they're trying to do is fall back to their own, like a redoubtable position where they can make a line and defend instead of getting caught up in the swarm, which is actually fairly smart. They've got to endure the suffering in order to get there at that point. And they're just shooting these past guard for no reason. I conserve their ammunition at that point. And I think they've left these units back here to buy time for their forces to retreat. Not the worst idea in the world, I reckon. The Noldor Guard survive, seem to want to fight against dwarves. What unit though? Probably dragon slayers. So their general unit is still alive and is now isolated, but also behind the enemy. Now the Axemen have engaged the Merchant Guard, who shouldn't be lasting too long against them. Ooh, that was nasty. Seeing the archers be charged by the berserkers. Brutal. Very brutal. Wish there was more dismembered. A lot more gore. That's not good. So, yeah, the defensive lines have been drawn and it's time to go. The elven units over there are gone, they've bought their time. And now this clump of archers and swordsmen engages getting ready to fight a single unit of spearmen, who has to hold the line for the rest of the line to break forces they're engaging. Over on this flank, the Elves look to be doing well. Or at least not as badly as they were elsewhere. So many of their archers have been forced into the front line. I don't know, that's a lot of manpower that could be put to good use shooting enemies from far. That is amazing. Point blank executing. Like if there's any way to break the units, this guy just decides to ruin the fun by just attacking. Kills him. Gets another guy. And it continues. Moving over here. Light archers and the horse archers aren't. The horse archers aren't even moving around. Now, like, I'd be using these guys to launch charges into the enemy formations as much as I could at this point, instead of keeping them back. Because now they're just going to get charged by the rangers. Like, if you've got horses, you've got to use mobility to your advantage. Now, admittedly, the enemy general is still a threat. I'd say the balance of power is very much now in favour of the Dwarves. Whoa, that was a brutal kill. Straight into the Noldor archers. Still, this unit of Pathguard does not let down. They're going to fight to the very end. And as I say that, I guarantee they'll probably break. But still, the time they've bought is of the essence to allow the rest of their army to mop up the Dwarves, the Elves. Mop up the Elves, I should say. Noldor Guard are still opening fire, and it seems like they're going to go very soon. But it won't matter, all these units are about to smash into this thin line. Perhaps it will matter. Who knows? They're gone. I wouldn't waste time on them. I'd now just smash right into the general unit. What are they doing? Honestly, what are they doing? And now the general unit is being, rather the Noldor unit is being harassed by the enemy crossbowmen. See, they're falling back, but now is the perfect time. The general unit is stretched out and isolated. That just seemed like a complete mistake to me. But again, they're probably not playing to win. They're probably playing to have fun. So in that context, it does make sense. Crossbowmen is continuing to harass them. So is the goal to engage them in an infantry clash, because they've got a lot of swordsmen and spearmen compared to a handful of axemen and some archers. Oh, I got some flighting. Straight into the swords. I know, almost all their forces engaged here. Like, these archers here could probably break the gate guard. It looks like they're about to as well. And they have broken. But can they get rid of the general? Like, I'd be moving these guys, just shooting, throwing, or attacking from the rear. Because these two units cannot hope to hold the line against this unit. kind of just love the insanity of this. And just like that, yeah, like I said, a win for the Dwarves of Ered Luin. Costly victory, yeah, that's pretty true. A significant portion of their army was destroyed. Anyway, we're going to end the battle. We're going to check out both armies and see how they did overall. Ah, that looks so cool. Can't wait till those wargs get like redesigned. Less to look like derpy wolves and more to look like wargs. It'll be sick to see like if they can actually make a way of making the wargs attack enemy units instead of just have it be the riders. So looking at the units, the generals I should say. So Louisa Aris's force, which won. So that'd be the dwarves. There were more of them by a good 500 compared to the elves. In terms of kills and losses, both sides actually did pretty well. It's a case that one had more soldiers available than the other one, so it's not too hard to see why. Looking at unit statistics, the general unit Thrain did, yeah, actually did amazing, 571 kills. Good God, that's great. Then the Path's Guard mostly got obliterated, but they were kind of designed to be there for that. Like the whole point of the Path's Guard was they'd suffer casualties so that the rest of the army could be given the time to deploy and clear through enemy obstacles, and they did that. They more than bought the time needed for the dwarves to win, given they won. Turn to the Gate Guard, they did a bit better, but yeah, very much the same role. Then the Berserkers, not too well actually. They suffered pretty bad casualties and didn't kill that many in return. Then the Royal Swordsmen, they mostly did alright, or at least broke even. Like this unit here did pretty poorly, but the rest did fairly well, killing more than they suffered. Then the Dragon Slayers, they actually did amazingly, just punching holes through enemy units. The Tunnel Guard, not great. Crossbowmen, not very good. The Rangers, very well. And the Merchant Guard didn't get too many. So yeah, it was more of a collaborative effort for the Dwarven army than any units massively standing out, apart, well, with a few exceptions. Like their general unit, just, that is what you want to see. Then, turning to the Elven army, the army of Lindon. Their general unit got a good amount of kills. Their spearmen, like this one barely broke even by 2 kills, and at that point, it's not really worth it. The rest suffered more casualties in exchange, which you never want to see. Then for the Axemen, didn't do too well. The Heavy Axemen, how did they do? They did pretty poorly, or at least averagely. The Blacksmiths of Ered Luin, the first one didn't do well. The second one did actually great, getting over 300 kills. And this unit of Sindar Axemen got 300, which very impressive. Then turning to their archers, one archer unit did pretty well, but then the Sindar light archers did quite poorly. Well, this one got 173 kills, so it just barely ekes out a bit of a winning. And the horse archers, they could have done more. They definitely could have gotten more kills and been used in a way where instead of only getting 99 kills, they could have gotten 300 kills or something. Doing that very much could have tipped the tides of the battle. But anyway, what do I know? That said, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to like and subscribe. I know it might not seem like much to you guys, but for such a small channel, it really does mean the world and is massively appreciated. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to send in any battle replays, you know where to send them, either to Discord or to my email. Now rest assured, more videos are going to be coming up in the future, more Dawnless Days videos, and especially more Last Alliance videos. Anyways guys, this is your host Jakov, signing out.